Alright.
You wouldn't happen to be traveling to the town of Hakoshae, would you?
Why do you ask?
I'm investigating a rumor about the town's leader, Magnate Feina-Darak. Word has it that she's a descendant of the Akaviri Potentate. A rather curious rumor, given that the Potentate's bloodline should have been wiped out over a century ago.
And why are you investigating this rumor?
It's a personal matter pertaining to my grandfather's legacy. Painful as it is to say, my family's reputation depends on proving this rumor false. You wouldn't happen to be looking for work, would you? I could use a lending hand.
I can help you investigate this rumor.
Why don't you begin by speaking to the lady in question? The Magnate should be in the town square. Strike up a conversation and see what she reveals. In the meantime, I'll begin my own investigation. See what I can dig up.
Can you tell me more about the town of Hakoshae?
Hakoshae was built after the fall of the Akaviri Potentate. It's been, let's see now, a little over 100 years now? Yes, right around that. The town was founded by the Akaviri refugees who fled during that time.
And what exactly is the Akaviri Potentate?
Potentate versidue-shaie began his political career as advisor to Emperor Riemann III. When the Emperor was assassinated, the Potentate stepped up as Cyrodiil's leader. Very fortunate for versidue-shaie, of course. He was Emperor in all but name.
Did versidue-shaie plot the assassination?
So goes the rumors, though nothing was ever proven. Unsurprisingly, an Akaviri on the Ruby Throne created conflict. The Potentate was eventually assassinated himself. A few decades later, his heir was similarly slain.
Who assassinated them?
The Morag Tong, of course. Who else would be so competent? Following the death of Potentate Severian Chorak and his heirs, a large number of Akaviri and their followers left Cyrodiil. Many wound up here in Elsweyr.
I'd like to hear more about your grandfather's legacy.
As an agent of the Morag Tong, my grandfather had the honor of executing the last remaining heir of the Akaviri Potentate. But here's the tricky bit. My grandfather and the heir both disappeared during the attempt. The Morag Tong presumed them dead.
But now you have reason to think otherwise?
If Magnate Feina-Darak truly is the descendant of the Potentate, it proves without a shadow of a doubt that my grandfather failed. And such failure would be a grave dishonor to my family name. That's why I'm keen to prove this rumor false.
All right. Check something real quick. Cool. Do it again. Hey, not on my horse. Dumbass.
I haven't been able to sleep all week. Please, can't you do something?
Of course. I'll have the town guards investigate tonight.
Thank you, Magnate Feina-Darak.
And who do we have here? Come, let us speak. Welcome to the town of Hakoshae. I must say it is not often I see a new face. Have you perhaps come to take part in our festival?
A festival?
The Proving Festival, yes. Through a series of trials, the people of Hakoshae must prove themselves to their ancestors. We do so by completing 3 trials, otherwise known as the 3 proofs.
Can you tell me more about these 3 proofs?
First, the proof of reference calls on our ancestors to witness our deeds. Second, the proof of strength displays our might and bravery. Lastly, the proof of wisdom tests our knowledge and wit. Through these trials, we show our worth. The proof of
I'd like to
reference
join the
calls
festival.
Of course. I'm sure you too have ancestors you wish to honor. First, you must speak with Domitia Nasica. You'll find her just by the river. Listen well to her words, for she will guide you through your first trial.
Alright. I'll talk to Domitia Nasica.
Let me know if you have any other questions. I realize that Hakoshae can be quite the curiosity for travelers such as yourself.
Couldn't help but overhear your conversation earlier. Some sort of trouble?
Nothing to worry about. Domitia just hasn't been sleeping well. She believes there's something prowling around her house at night. I suspect it to be just bad dreams.
But you are going to have the town guard search, right?
Of course. I'd never dismiss a citizen who seeks my aid. Having the town guards investigate will help ease Domitia's fears. That alone may be enough to stop her nightmares. And if the dreams continue, I'll make sure she's seen by a healer.
I see. And tell me about Hakoshae?
Though Hakoshae is known for its Akaviri ancestry, the truth is that our imperial bloodline runs far richer. Still, we honor our Akaviri ancestors by maintaining some of their customs. The Proving Festival is a shining example of that. I hold the title of Magnate, though I have no emperor who supports me. Still, my family has led Hakoshae since its founding, and chose to take the title to reflect that role. It has been my honor to lead this town for over 10 years now.
Why has your family always led the town?
Because it was our family who founded it. My ancestors wished to create a place of safety and peace, where Akaviri traditions could continue to be passed down and honored. A goal I still strive to respect to this day.
I can't help but notice your name. It is Akaviri?
Yes, as is my family's tradition. We tend to keep closer to our Akaviri heritage than most. I even speak a little of the language, though I suspect my accent is quite atrocious.
And tell me about the Proving Festival?
The Proving Festival has not been celebrated since Hakoshae was first founded. I didn't even know it existed until I found a first-hand account of the festival in my family's records. It's been quite the challenge getting everyone up to speed.
And why did Hakoshae stop celebrating it?
I'm not sure. Perhaps the town just wasn't interested in celebrations when Hakoshae was first founded. They were refugees, after all. You can read about it yourself if you're so inclined. I happen to have the book with me.
She does. Alright. Well, there's the book. Alright.
Oh, you're that traveler I saw earlier. Do you need something?
The Magnate has allowed me to join the festival and said I should speak to you.
Truly? That was certainly nice of her. Your first step is to complete the Proof of Reverence. This trial allows us to call upon our ancestors to watch over us, as we prove ourselves worthy of their name.
And how do I do that?
With this paper lotus, write the names of your honored ancestors on its petals, and place the lotus in the river. This will allow it to float into the afterlife. Think of it like a calling card, a way to get your ancestors to pay attention.
I'll place the paper lotus in the river.
Return to me when you've completed your task. Oh, and feel free to ask any questions you may have. This is Hakoshae's first proving festival in over a century, after all. I'm sure you're just as curious as everyone else.
And tell me more about the proof of reference.
Before we can prove ourselves to our ancestors, we must first get their attention. The paper lotus acts as a ceremonial letter of sorts. By placing it into the river, we allow it to be carried into the realm of the dead.
Is that based on an Akaviri belief?
Yes, it is. The Akaviri believe that all waterways connect the realms of the living and dead. There are many folktales about boats being lost in heavy fog, and landing on shores filled with restless spirits.
And do you believe that?
I used to, when I was little. Whenever I would go jump in a puddle, my mother would yell, "Stop that! You'll fall right into the afterlife." Truthfully, though, she just didn't want my dress to get muddy.
And you said this was your first proving festival?
Excited, of course. Honestly, I'm shocked we gave up the tradition in the first place. No one even remembered the festival existed until the Magnate found an old record about it.
If it's not a tradition, why do Hakoshae decide to have the festival now?
Our town doesn't have much wealth or power, but we do take pride in our ancestry. Learning about our Akaviri culture and celebrating it is important to us. And the Proving Festival is the perfect way to do just that.
Fair enough. Chat with you later. Oh. Calling card to my ancestors. I was half expecting a fish to come up and eat it or something. Alright.
Through this proof, you have shown reverence. Well done. Next is the proof of strength. You'll need to... I'm sorry. I'm just so tired today. There's been a lot of strange noises at night lately, and I haven't slept very well.
Is that what you and the Magnate were talking about earlier?
You overheard that?
Yeah.
Ah, well, yes. I've started hearing noises at night. Heavy breathing, uneven footsteps that seem to shuffle about. At first I thought I was dreaming it all, but now I am not too sure.
You might have a stalker. Any idea what it might be?
I don't, though the Magnate has promised to send a patrol out tonight. Hopefully they'll find whatever it is. But you've got a proof to complete. Head over to Vectrasi for your next task. He's just a little ways west of here, right up the hill.
Alright, I'll head to Vectrasi.
Good luck with the proof of strength, and let me know if you need anything.
Goodbye.
What can I do for you, traveler?
I'm here to complete the proof of strength. I'm here to complete the proof of strength. The Magnate gave me permission.
You wish to prove yourself before your ancestors. Very well. To the north lies a cave wherein beautiful sugar daisies grow. Bring me one and you will have proved your strength.
And how does that prove my strength?
Ah, didn't I mention? The cave also happens to be a cinch lion lair, and I doubt the beasts will be particularly fond of your intrusion. Best of luck, traveler.
Alright, I'll bring you back the flower.
Make sure to keep your senses about you. Cinch lions aren't beasts to take lightly. The Akaviri have always placed a great emphasis on martial prowess. The proof of strength shows our ancestors that we remain strong and are prepared to face any danger that may befall us.
Are the Akaviri known to be great warriors?
The greatest. Akaviri warriors are known for both their might and magic. It was only because of their aid that General Riemann was able to pacify all of Tamriel under his rule. Why, it was Akaviri who founded the Dragon Guard.
The Dragon Guard?
Proud warriors who formed the Dragonborn Riemann's personal guard. Unfortunately, they seem to have disbanded after the Akaviri Potentate fell. I still think they're around, though, waiting for their moment to return.
Alright. Farewell. I'll be back. Oh, shit. Shit! What the hell? Dang. I have completed my great strength of feat. My great feat of strength.
You have the look of victory about you. Tell me, were you successful?
I found the flower. Here you go.
Most impressive.
Gotta be tough and for
I'd
this guy.
say you've certainly made your ancestors proud. Good thing, too. Wouldn't want any unhappy spirits mucking about Hakoshae. They bring all sorts of misfortune.
Is this another Akaviri belief?
Quite right. It's part of why honoring our ancestors is so important. Happy ancestors gift their descendants with good fortune. Wrathful ancestors, well, they do just the opposite. They curse us with misery, desolation, even death.
Death?
Yes, death. Of course, you'd need to perform a great dishonor for such a punishment. Not that you have to worry about that. You've proven both your reverence and strength. Now, it's time to test your wit. Head to the town square and speak to Valoria.
All right. I will go speak to Valoria. Blech.
Don't dawdle now. The proof of wisdom awaits you back in Hakoshae.
All right. I will not dawdle. Time to test my wit. Pause it if you want to read it.
Why, if it isn't our town's mysterious stranger. Magnate Feina-Darak told me all about your participation. Have you completed the first 2 proofs?
I have, and I was told to speak to you.
Excellent, excellent. Then you are ready for the proof of wisdom. I am most useful when empty. I am most generous when full. What am I?
You're a bottle.
Of course. What better way to show your wisdom? The riddle describes one of the items on this table. Choose the correct item and bring it to me. Only best of luck, dear. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Could be the bowl also. Well, I'm gonna go with the bowl.
You've returned. Tell me, what item did you bring? Yes, that is indeed the answer. Oh, I'm just so happy you guessed correctly. I was a little worried my riddle was too obscure. I had hoped Magnate Feina-Darak would provide a riddle, but she's had her hands full with the festival. Poor thing.
Poor thing?
She just has a lot riding on her shoulders. We're all seeking to honor our ancestors, but the Magnate's ancestors are a bit, harder to live up to. I'm sure it's created a good deal of stress.
I see. Thank you.
May our ancestors be pleased by your actions, traveler.
Oh, tell me about the proof of wisdom.
Throughout Akaviri history, The proof of wisdom has been performed in a number of ways. Scholars draft grand essays, writers compose ornate poems, philosophers perform lengthy debates. But for Hakoshae, we went with riddles.
And why riddles?
The people of Hakoshae are simple folk, and our great scholars are few and far between. A modest trial keeps morale up, while still honoring our ancestors. However, we did get a few essay submissions for the Magnate to review.
Is the Magnate a scholar then?
Of course, just like the rest of her family. Every Akaviri text we have is safely contained within the Magnate's home, and she makes sure to study them. Even teaches the young ones a bit of the language.
All right. Talk with you later.
Enjoying the festival, are we? I'm sure you've heard a great deal about Akaviri culture today, but tell me, did you learn anything about the Magnate herself?
Her family has led Hakoshae since its founding. She's well respected and scholarly. Does that help?
Everything you've learned seems to support the rumor. A descendant of the Potentate would certainly be given such privileges. However, my investigation calls for more concrete proof. A document would be best.
And where would I find such a document?
I've made some inquiries of my own. It seems that Magnate Feina-Darak has quite a few records in the cellar of her home. We'll need to break in and search her documents.
And how do you propose we break in?
We need a key, and I'm positive the captain of the guard carries one. If you would do me the kindness of chatting him up for a bit, I'll do my best to obtain the key. Should all go well, we'll be in and out before anyone notices.
All right. I'll distract the guard.
Very well. Let's get moving then.
You're not the guard, right?
If you're looking for help, feel free to speak to my sister. As Magnate of this town, she's the best one to answer any questions you may have.
Yeah, the Magnate has a brother.
Greetings. Say, aren't you the traveler who joined the Proving Festival?
I'm the traveler who completed the Proving Festival.
Are you now? Well, that's certainly an impressive feat. Honestly, this whole affair has been nerve-wracking for me. I'm not too keen on dishonoring my ancestors. Who knows what misfortune would befall me?
Were you able to complete the 3 proofs?
To be honest, barely. The first 2 proofs were easy enough. Threw a paper lotus in the river, grabbed a sugar daisy for Vecdrasi. But that last proof, well, it stumped me. Couldn't for the life of me figure out the riddle.
How did you solve it?
I'll admit it, I had a little help. Magnate Feina-Darak gave me a hint. She's a gracious lady, our Magnate. Always helping out folks in need. I'm not sure how Hakoshae would fare without her.
I see. Well, I best be off. Sucker. Ooh.
glad you could make it. Quickly now, let's head inside. Well, that's certainly odd. There must be something here to take down that barrier.
Man raises his mighty staff and so lights up the east. Zisa waves her graceful wand and so drowns the south. Napta stomps his boots in anger and so rumbles the north. Heaney flutters her colorful fan and so blows towards the west.
I'm willing to bet those tablets would fit rather nicely into these sockets on the floor. Well, that certainly wasn't right. Care to try again?
What the hell? Oh, you gotta do them in order. East, south, northwest. Really? East, south, northwest. Okay. Place fire tablet. Place the Earth tablet. Rumbles north. And the water tablet drowns in the south.
Looks like that did it. Let's head in.
Jeez.
The Magnate left a letter on her desk. Interesting, don't you think?
My dearest Feina-Darak, I know that our family carries many burdens. One day you will lead Hakoshae and ensure the prosperity of our people. For it is you who carries the blood of the Potentate and connection which proves both blessing and curse. You must prepare. Our family has never allowed word of our lineage to go beyond the Hakoshae's walls for good reason. The Morag Tong still haunts the shadows of Tamarel, and they will not take such news lightly. As descendants of the Potentate, we are seen as loose ends to tie up. To ensure our family's safety, we must closely guard this secret. It is the only way. Forever yours, Mother.
Seems this letter confirms that the Magnate is descended from the Potentate. What a pity.
Just what are you two doing here? Get out at once!
Traitor! How dare you claim to be of my blood?
What? What's happening? Please, no!
Vegetal.
Oh, that was interesting.
Well, it seems we've confirmed that Feina-Darak is a descendant of the Potentate. Just in time for her to be whisked away by some vengeful spirit. Just my luck.
Why would a spirit abduct a Magnate?
Isn't that part of the Akaviri's beliefs? Disrespect your ancestors and they'll have their revenge. And given the spirit's armor, he was definitely Akaviri. Huh. Makes me wonder what the Magnate did to deserve such a fate.
So you believe that spirit is one of the Magnate Feina-Darak's ancestors?
I'm not sure, but it's as good a guess as any. Given the turn of events, we'd best go after them. Perhaps the local tombs? If I know ghosts, they don't often wander far from their graves.
Given the turn of events, what do you mean by that?
Some Akaviri is so upset with the Magnate that he's returned from the dead. And if I'm to see this investigation through to the end, I need to learn why. Let's head to the tombs. It's just east of the town square. Can't miss it.
Alright, let's head to the Hakoshae tombs.
Glad you could make it. I see them, just up ahead.
Still you hunt me, assassin scum? Was my death not enough?
This disappearing act is getting very old, very fast.
That Akaviri spirit seems to recognize you. Any idea why?
He seems to think that I was the Mer who assassinated him. Could be a simple case of mistaken identity. After all, my mother always did tell me I bear a striking resemblance to my grandfather, Mephistophelies.
So your grandfather assassinated the Akaviri we're chasing.
As a member of the Morag Tong, my grandfather executed a great number of people. But, given the location and the armor the spirit wears, let's move ahead. I have a feeling we'll get our answers soon enough.
Alright, let's move ahead.
Best if we split up and go our separate ways.
Right. Okay. God damn it. Gotta get these abilities leveled up. Alright, enter Founder Chamber.
Proconsul Balorin Kai, I presume?
Very good, assassin scum. You and your companion have been most insistent. Come, let us speak. Feina-Darak has called my spirit to judge her. By her quill, my name was written. By her hands, the paper lotus placed. And so I have come to punish her wickedness. And yet you try to stop me. Who are you to deny me my revenge?
Why do you crave revenge?
When I escaped Cyrodiil, I had but one man to protect me. Someone I placed my utmost faith in. My utmost trust. Lieutenant Line Bardwick. But when it came time to guard me from my Morag Tong assassin, my protector fled.
So, a Morag Tong assassin killed you?
Yes. Though not before I was able to inflict a mortal wound myself. Both I and my assassin died that day. But not Line Bardwick. He looted my corpse and claimed my name. It was he who founded Hakoshae, not I.
But why abduct Magnate Feina-Darak? She didn't betray you.
Her family continued to spread the lies of my betrayer. For centuries, they have proclaimed themselves nobility. But all they have inherited is lies. She must renounce her title and tell her people the truth. Only then will I be content.
I'll relay the message, sir.
Go then, and convince Feina-Darak to speak the truth. Only that will save her.
What prompted your return?
The Proving Festival is a time for the Akaviri people to commune with their ancestors. Not only does it allow the dead to view the living world, it also invites us to cross over. Feina-Darak called me to judge her. I have come to do so.
But she didn't do anything. It was her ancestor who stole your identity.
And so I did not kill her, as I attempted to kill Line Bardwick when first this festival was held. My lieutenant also summoned me by our ancient rites, though he did not realize this. I was compelled to cross over and judge his wicked ways.
But you weren't successful.
Line Bardwick was a strong mage in his own right. He cast me away. For centuries I have waited for another Proving Festival, but I suspect that Line Bardwick took precautions against my return. But now, at last, the truth can be revealed.
Alright. I'll let her know.
The founder of Hakoshae, my ancestor, he lied?
That seems to be the case. Will you speak the truth?
You don't understand. To admit such a horrid truth wouldn't just dishonor me. It would dishonor my entire family. All of my ancestors who have done such great things for Hakoshae, they'll all be disgraced. How can I do that?
So, you want to keep lying about your ancestry?
No. I don't want to keep lying. The citizens of Hakoshae deserve nothing but my complete honesty, even if it comes at the cost of my family's reputation. I'll do it. Ancestors, forgive me, but I'll tell everyone the truth.
Cool! Let's get going then.
I'll be watching, Feina-Darak, waiting for you to speak the truth.
I'll keep my word.
Well, seems like it's time to get going then. I'll meet you in the town square.
And I'll meet you elsewhere. talk to Ash. Where the hell is he? There you go. You kind of blend right in, don't you?
It seems my investigation has come to an end. The rumor was false, my family name is cleared, and no one even needed to be executed. A happy ending all around, wouldn't you say?
Someone was going to be executed?
The Morag tongue isn't one to leave loose threads, even one that's been dangling for over a century. Luckily for Feina-Darak, my grandfather was able to complete his writ. Here, a reward for services rendered. Now, despite our daring rescue, I'm certain the Magnate doesn't want a member of the Morag Tong hanging about. Though it does look like she's about to make her big announcement, doesn't it? Well, perhaps I'll stick around long enough to watch.
My family has long claimed to be descended from the Potentate. But this is not the truth. The man who founded the town, my ancestor, was a traitor. He betrayed Proconsul Beloran Kai and stole his name. My family's legacy is only a lie. I revoke my title as Magnate. And should you decide it, I will leave Hakoshae forever. This dishonor is mine to bear. And I accept it.
No! We still want you to be our Magnate!
You're an honorable woman, Feina-Darak.
You deserve to lead this town.
Everyone, thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh.
Finally, I am a
Happy ending.